Well, I was born and raised in DC. My adopted uncle from Senegal came over and established Mending Dance Performing Company here in DC. And that's what I did from age 3 to maybe 9 or 10. And then at that same time, my family actually had an independent Black school called Nation House. That after-school program was stepping and dancing, so I was kind of used to leaving school and performing all over DC. And then from there, I went more into professional performing with the company that had kind of broken off from the original performing company. So basically from birth to current, I've been performing not only internationally, but mostly just throughout all over DC, really. So I went from community dancer to performer to choreographer in the industry world. For me, dance was, to teach people that, well, first of all, Africa is in the country. So to teach people that this dance is for this reason, or this dance is from this group of people from this country. And then it's also been used as something to really bring people together. My creative process is a little weird, and I think it also depends on what the demand is. And there's always this content. You have to keep pushing out content, and to be honest, it doesn't really leave a lot of room for inspiration because everything is, timed. So for me, I really do have to just kind of slow things down. Everyone thinks I go into the studio and start moving. I actually go sit in my car and turn on some music and see what moves me.
So how did I come up with Nubian Hueman? For me, I always wanted a name that reflected what the space was going to be. So the word hue, the range of color, that was always something that we talked about in theory. We would talk about hues and different variations of that. And then the Nubian part is just the origin. So the whole idea is the first word, Nubian, is the origin. That's where we started. And then human is the diaspora. So all of the colors and traditions and everything that stem from the beginning. So we came to the Anacostia Art Center in 2013. It was just a passion. Retail is a passion for me. Black-owned business is really important to me, both nationally and globally. So I really wanted to create a space that customers could feel really proud to see themselves in the art and the makers from which they were buying from. So I know a lot of people say New York, if you make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. But for me, it was Washington, D.C. This is the center of the entire world. All eyes are on Washington, D.C. So why would I not want to be here?
When people see me dance, I'd like for them to feel the story that I'm trying to tell. I was taught to approach dance as a language. I want people to get the message and then ask questions and be curious, because that's what art should make you. It should make you curious.
I would say to a young entrepreneur, my first thing would be to write it down. Say it. There's so much power in your words, and it starts to build and open the way to making your passion happen. It's crazy because I came up with Nubian Hueman probably in 2000, 2001, and we opened in 2013. And a few years after, I was able to reflect and say wow, that stuff that I had written 15 years ago, it actually happened. The second thing I always say is that this is a marathon and not a race. You have to be able to be in it for the long haul, the ups and downs. You can't compare yourself to anyone else. This is your own race. I would say for a business owner who's in this pandemic, I think it's all about pivoting. We had to get very creative with turning our business around and seeing what opportunities we could create to generate revenue. It's just really taking your business and kind of Rubik's cubing it to see what the opportunities are. That's what this time for me has really been about.
In an age where everything is about how popular you are, I would definitely say study. At the end of the day, substance always wins, knowledge always wins, even if you don't have an Instagram following that automatically gets you gigs. But when you get further into your career, you want to be more respected than you are popular.
What can I do so that a young boy or young girl can come into this space and feel just as proud as their parents feel? And then how do I do this day after day after day so that generations can have that same feeling? So for me, it's just about creating something that is really setting a mark. That's something that's really important for me.
It was an honor when I got that call, and definitely to read the whole email like, oh, they want me, my hometown wants me. It's an honor to be here in such a secure space, first of all. And then, to be able to still say that art is still here.
Just like that, shake it, just like that, like that, shake it, just like that, like that, just like that, shake it, just like that, like Ronaldo, I'm hot like volcano, turn around like tornado, I'm commando, I'm hot like cocaine. Smoke and feel like fuck what they say. When you finish, just meet me at the junction. Oh yeah, let's get to the action. Smoke and feel like smoke and feel like just like that. Smoke and feel like just like that. Like that, just like that. Oh yeah, let's get to the action. Like that, just like that. Just like that. Smoke and feel like